Hello and welcome to DaBrian Marketing Group's very first webinar presentation. Today we're taking a look at the top features of Google Analytics, Google's free web analytics platform. Brandon Wensing, our leading web analyst, is here to take you through aspects of GA that can save you time and take your marketing campaigns to the next level. Enjoy!
Traditionally, Google Analytics credits conversions on a website to the final touch point. Though this is a really good indicator of what traffic sources and marketing initiatives are driving leads and sales, it can also be a little bit misleading and even limiting. That's why Google added the Multichannel Funnels report. Here you can get an in-depth look at first and second touch points that converting traffic had with your website, as well as gain a better understanding of the behavior of converting visitors. One of the more important reports within the multi-channel funnels area is the Assisted Conversions report. This gives you a great look into how converting visitors are initially discovering your brand or website. The conversion rate for organic search might be a little low, but maybe that's because the visitors are coming back directly. This shines a lot of light on the decision process of customers. In the Assisted Conversions report, the default view shows you the different channel groupings, how many conversions they assisted with, their conversion values, as well as any direct conversions they resulted in. Probably one of the more fun things for content and website marketers to do is experimentation through A/B or multivariate testing. Google Content Experiments, formerly known as Google Website Optimizer, was recently integrated with Google Analytics to allow for a more streamlined testing process and setup. Content Experiments lets you test multiple variations of your content and pages to identify what leads to the best user experience. This is vital when it comes to optimizing your conversion process to increase lead generation or online sales. Now we'll go ahead and run through the steps of creating a basic content experiment. First, you will need to identify the page that needs to be tested. Type its URL here and then click Start Experimenting. Here you can specify the experiment name, the original page, as well as any variations you would like to test against the original. The next step asks you to identify an existing goal in Google Analytics on which the success of this experiment will be based. Here you can also scale the amount of traffic that will be served up the test, as well as set up notifications for important changes and milestones during the experiment. After you have done this, you will be prompted with the necessary codes to disperse amongst your test pages. This might vary depending on the experiment configuration. Google Content Experiments is a great way to test design or content changes before rolling them out live 100%. If something doesn't appear to be working, just create another variation in another experiment. Your organization may have recently rolled out new strategies for its social media presence over the last year or two. With tools like Hootsuite or TweetDeck, it has become much easier for any size organization to manage their presence as well as their relationship with their customer base. Google has added this with its new social reporting within Google Analytics. The social reports allow you to see how various social media websites are driving traffic to your site. This can be extremely useful to find out the impact of messages your company sends out on sales and lead generation. Social reporting can be found under the Traffic Sources tab in Standard Reporting of Google Analytics. There's a wide array of reports here that really help detail the relationship between social media and your website. The Sources report shows you a pretty straightforward breakdown of the volume of traffic and their engagement levels from specific social sites. The Pages report displays a list of pages on your website that were shared via social media, the volume of visits that they received, as well as pages per visit and average time on site. The Conversions report under Social does a great job of getting you straight to the social networks that led to conversions on your website. The Social Plugins report shows you a breakdown of which social buttons visitors use to like or share your web pages. Social Visitors Flow is essentially the normal visitor flow visual, but centered more around social networks. It's a fantastic visual representation of how social traffic arrived on your site and what they ultimately ended up doing. In the past, visitor interaction with your website wouldn't populate in Google Analytics for about a day. But now you can see what's going on your website at this very moment using real-time reporting. This is a great report that can be used to see firsthand how your website performs at specific times a day. Business units associated with customer relations and support may find this report particularly useful. The real-time report is available from the home screen. Here you can get an overview which shows how many visitors are on the website at this very moment. You can also see their high-level page view interactions, referrals, social traffic, locations, and more. The locations report just provides a slightly more detailed view of geographic breakdown of visitors currently on the website. Similar to its standard reporting cousin, the traffic sources report under real-time breaks down the individual sources and mediums of visitors. The real-time content report shows what content visitors are currently viewing. Again, this can be very useful to see if certain content is popular at certain times of day. A lot of organizations out there have multiple business units that need visibility into campaign and website performance. It's important to understand that not everyone has the experience to be able to slice and dice the standard reports that are actually built into Google Analytics. So that's where custom reporting comes in. Just as the name suggests, custom reporting in Google Analytics allows you to build and share reports and visuals to your own specifications. This is an extremely valuable feature as it saves people that are not familiar with the tool from drowning in all of its features. To set up a custom report, you need to click on Custom Reporting on the top orange navigation bar here. Here you will see any reports you've created in the past. One thing to note, custom reports that you create are initially only visible to you. In order to allow others to see the same report, you'll have to share the report configuration and layout. There's a quick and easy way to do this, which I will cover in a little bit. To create a custom report, first click on New Custom Report. Here you can specify the name of the report, add new report tabs, choose the metrics and dimensions you want to show, as well as apply any filters you may need. You can also click here to choose which profiles under this login that the report will be available to. As promised, now I'll be showing you how to share a custom report. Once you've actually created a custom report, you can share it with others who can apply it to any profiles that they want. Think of custom reports as templates. To share a custom report, click on the Actions button next to the report that you want to share and select Share. This gives you a unique URL for the report configuration that the recipient can apply to any profile that they have access to. One of the more recent additions to Google Analytics is shortcuts. Shortcuts are great because they allow you to create an exact snapshot of any standard or custom report that you can access quickly. This can be extremely useful for people like content marketers in your organization to get straight to the data that they need for content optimization. It can also greatly decrease the amount of time you need to spend data gathering on a regular basis. Creating a shortcut is very easy. Simply go to the report which you wish to create the shortcut for and specify any additional dimensions and filters that you want, and essentially slice and dice the data to the point that you like it. Then up top, click Shortcut. This will add a link to this exact report under the Shortcuts on the Home tab. I can't stress enough how much time shortcuts can save. If you're in Google Analytics on a regular basis, I highly recommend using them. I use them on a regular basis myself. A good example is non-branded keyword reports. They'll help you save time data gathering so you can spend more time on analysis, which is what's really important. A lot of people say that there's a lot of beauty in something that's simple. This directly applies to annotations in Google Analytics. You can use annotations to mark specific points of interest in time. For instance, this could be used to mark the start and stop dates for radio ads or call attention to strange fluctuation in site traffic, bounce rate, or even page load times. This can be especially useful for content and technical troubleshooting with a website. To create an annotation, simply click on the trend line in the Explorer visual of any report. Double-clicking on any data point on this line reveals a little drop-down area where you can specify the description for this annotation. You can also select whether to share this with other users of this profile or to keep it private for your login only. Google Webmaster Tools is a fantastic tool for managing your website's connection to Google, as well as monitoring its performance from an SEO and indexing perspective. It can also notify you of any malware or other technical issues that may exist with your site. What's nice is you can now integrate it directly into Google Analytics for your website. This connection pulls in all SEO-related data from Webmaster Tools into Google Analytics. This can save you massive amounts of time, as now you don't have to log into both tools for these insights. You can access the Webmaster Tools reports under Traffic Sources and Search Engine Optimization. Here you will see reports for queries, landing pages, and a geographical summary. These reports are great because they allow you to see what you can't normally see in Google Analytics alone, as it focuses on activity on your website. Google Webmaster Tools data shows you how your website stands in interactions on Google itself. For example, the Queries report shows you all of the search queries that your website popped up for in the search results, and how your site ranked and how many times it was clicked. Visitor interaction levels can vary greatly according to what segment the visitor is from. This can easily be visualized through the Visitor Flow report built into Google Analytics. The Visitor Flow report can be accessed under the Audience category of standard reports. You can view the flow of visitors through the website according to segment, as well as by specific dimensions. This report is also a great way to identify drop-off points, as well as problem areas throughout your website. Email marketing can be a very effective way of creating additional touch points with potential clients, as well as cross-selling and upselling your existing book of clients. One of the great things about Google Analytics is the ability to be flexible and monitor more than just traffic from referring sites and search engines. A great deal can be learned from email blasts, which is why you should employ URL tagging of all hyperlinks pointing to your web assets. URL tags essentially store data that tells Google Analytics that the visitor is coming from an email and not directly, and provides additional information on what email it was, what link it was, so on and so forth. An easy way to create a tagged URL is to use Google's own URL builder. Here you can specify the URL you wish to tag. You can then specify the campaign source, medium, and name. Once you click Generate URL, it will magically create your tagged URL. Use this for the hyperlink within your email. Gaining this additional visibility into email performance is crucial to optimizing your campaigns. It can give you a greater sense of relevancy of content and message, as well as shed light onto what segments are interested in what products and services.
Thanks for tuning in today. Please take a minute to subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment below to let us know what you thought of the presentation. As always, you can get in touch with us at DaBrianMarketing.com or at 610-743-5602.